you be like, kid, you gotta go to sleep
Yeah.
now.
If it involves main event and it involves these few things, John Moxley, Darby Allin,
Yeah.
Texas Death,
Yeah.
non-sanctioned. No, sorry, Blackout.
Yeah.
Was it Lights Out or Blackout? Lights Out. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it
I
is.
think it's lights out.
Yeah, if it involves any of those things, don't let your child watch it. Hi everybody, and welcome to another All Elite episode of Trip Run Multiverse with your host, the man who puts the elite in All Elite, Carl Charles, and
the instant I brought out, which is edited out
yes,
away from this book, CY Chung.
And in this episode today, me and CY were very fortunate to get a copy of this. If you're watching the video, you'll notice this. It's the AEW inside story of All Elite Wrestling. I said that really weird.
The title being this book is All Elite.
Yeah,
and it's by sorry, go on.
No, go on. You're saying
it's by Keith Elliott Greenberg.
Yeah,
and All Elite Wrestling, which means he interviewed some people.
Yeah,
some of the wrestlers and Tony Khan and whatnot.
Yeah,
Greenberg also not being what Jericho calls Goldberg.
Yeah, because of reasons. And
by the way, not too long ago,
yeah,
I was watching Chris Van Vliet interview with Nick Nemeth.
Yeah,
and he was talking about how his match with Goldberg, right?
Yeah,
we got speared and everything.
Yeah,
and he's like, yeah. So I was thinking because it's only been 2 minutes and he'll squash me, right?
Yeah.
If I super kick him right away.
Yeah.
And he kicks out at 2, we've got like a pop, right?
Yeah.
And then he can spear jack him and he does whatever, right? Yeah. But then we get pop there and we get a pop for him doing his signature moves, right?
Yeah.
And he's setting the spear. Yeah. So I kick him in the face and he kicks out at 1. I'm like, all right. And he's like, yeah, because Goldberg's a great wrestler. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And I was like, oh.
He knew what he was doing there.
Yeah. But anyways, that's a little side story. Which, by the way, is like, it's a shame. We think that Nick Nemeth should have joined AEW, right? But probably would have got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
because of the amount of people there. He's better in TNA.
Yeah.
For his position. But
yeah.
I think, as potential matchups and the quality of the showing that he can do, AEW is now the second biggest promotion in the US. So,
yeah,
hey.
Even though it's still by default, but yeah, still second. Actually, no, in default. No, that's when TNA was the second biggest by default because of no one else. Exactly, but no, exactly. No, I'm wrong. Forget what I said.
This book, by the way, speaking of the actual book,
yep,
that basically covers the history before, from the first All In,
yeah,
all the way to the end of 2024.
Yes, and a lot of it was new to me, but some of it I did know.
Yeah.
And it was good to sort of fill in gaps of certain things, like the whole, because obviously there's lots of bits they tend not to mention, because a lot with Cody they don't mention, which I thought was a bit.
They say that he's there, and then they say he's 3-time TNT champion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yes, they don't speak about why he left.
Yeah, which I understand, but I still think like they could have said more about him, like obviously like the first ever All In and leading up to
could be more of a spotlight.
Yeah, and I get why they probably won't, because obviously they don't really want to promote a dude that's not there. But
that I think it's different, right? The issue is if this is a book about the background history of how this company was created, then you should be telling those things.
Yeah.
And also, like, as far as all the positives you have about the company, there'll be negatives, yeah?
Yeah.
You should spotlight a couple of those. And there's some that you can't escape from, such as Brawl Out, and then CM Punk having the fisticuffs with Jack Perry as well.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily saying that, but I'm just saying those are, as far as wrestling fans who will buy this book, they know about it already.
Yeah.
So when you don't speak about it,
it's kind of weird. Yeah. And like even things like what was like the code, like going back to sort of code, like we all know he was very instrumental in All In, and then the New Japan, not New Japan, sorry, the actual creation of AEW and him being an EVP and all that. Like, that's quite a big part of history. And I get WWE do it sometimes, right? They'll acknowledge certain things, and then they won't. And they will. Like, a lot of... Did you ever watch the Vince McMahon documentary?
Which, are you talking about the Vince McMahon DVD they put out, or are you talking about the Netflix Vince McMahon?
The Netflix one.
Yeah,
because they address a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And which I thought...
That's because Netflix has control, and
yeah,
Vince himself tried to stop them putting it out.
Yeah, and which is quite funny because then not long after that, W's like, yeah, we're going to Netflix. Like, Raw. So like, okay.
Yeah.
So obviously the WWE don't see anything bad side of it, but obviously Vince. But like, I thought that would be more edited down, right? On certain topics, and I thought, okay, because it's a book, you can sort of do more. And like the Cody stuff's not really controversial. The CM Punk stuff, bits of it are, bits aren't. So if you want to like a non-biased thing and how like AEW kind of presents themselves, that we sort of open up to the fans and everything, but then you kind of don't say it in here.
Yeah. So as far as the book goes, right, it's a positive look at the company, which you should have. There's certain things I think they should slip in there that are more known to the fans that will be buying the book, like I said before. Otherwise, it just seems too clean cut as something that's, this company's great. You know, double thumbs up forever. I think they should have been a bit more brave in approaching some of these bits and say, well, this was a positive in one aspect, but then it led to a negative in another. And like you say about Cody leaving, they're like, oh, they should praise him as part of the company. Right? And then obviously there's a nitty-gritty background stuff that no one knows particularly why he left here. But and you can't even say, for example, he went to seek greener pastures elsewhere. Right? You could just say along the lines of, they didn't even mention that he's gone in the book.
No.
There's like I don't. You could just say the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega and Cody and Tony Khan had to change in management.
Or even like
it's a bit vague, right? And then you later on maybe in saying the book that the Bucks and Kenny Omega are still with the company. And you don't mention that Cody isn't.
Is it literally that's it? Or like Cody wanting to like not like wanting to seek different path.
In the actual reality, you would say that he left to go WWE, right? The reasoning might be a bit awkward, but you could just say he Cody's no longer with the company. Done, kind of, right?
Done,
whether you can mention WWE in here or not, it's one of those also where they talk about other people that have come in. From other independents. And they did mention Impact Wrestling, but at that point, I don't. Well, the book was in production.
I don't think
they hadn't had their partnership with WWE. But they don't mention WWE in this.
They mention it a few times. But it's like,
oh, okay.
I think like when Chris Jericho spending 2 decades in WWE.
Okay. So they mention that people have worked there and stuff.
But they won't mention.
It's more neutral tone whether they have a good or negative experience there. They're like, well, let's not get into any lawsuits. Let's just have it. They work there. Bam, that's it.
Which makes sense. You don't want to do anything stupid like that. It's dumb. Cause...
look, as far as the positives of the book goes, it is informative. If you didn't know, if you're a fresh reader, and you're like, what's this company AEW? And you have a look and you're like, all right, I get it. I get the people behind it. I get some of the personalities of these people that are speaking there. MJF does not speak in kayfabe like he usually always does, right?
Which is weird.
But when I say you get to know the people behind the characters rather than, I say most of the characters, but then they can't. If you're talking about a book like this, you can't really be in kayfabe. You're not interviewing the characters. You're saying, people are telling you why they wanted to work for the company and stuff. That you can't say MJF is like, right. I wanted to be the #1 youngest Jewish wrestler to win the title in this organization because I'm better than you. You can't. You can't
it's like I do like the book.
it's well, okay. What I found, it was a breezy read.
Yes.
You know, you could get through it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Adds lots of really good photos. Some of these black and white photos as well, but I suspect some of them are artistically black and white, and some of them there's blood. So
yeah.
Right. But yeah, no, really shot well, good angles, lights, and everything like that. So it's and a decent percent of the book is photos as well.
Yeah, which is pretty good photos. I did like a lot of the little like comments from people and stuff like that about AEW, which I thought were good. Like, who's like, there's someone. Obviously, a lot of it is Kenny or one of the Jacksons. It's more of his wife saying stuff in the book than the actual Jackson. I thought it was pretty cool. Even a bit like Tony Schiavone saying like how he hadn't done anything to do with wrestling in like 18 years.
Yeah,
it could be 16 years. I might be off slightly. And he was pretty like pessimist of like joining AEW. Then he spoke to Tony Khan and realized, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and it worked out fine. Like, the Tony Khan bits are pretty cool as well. Even though some of it I'm like, I feel like you're lying.
well, most of it is probably, did he actually say that, or is it adapted from something he said, and they've adjusted it to fit in, not necessarily narrative, but in the paragraphs or something. Because I think Tony Khan has a particular way of speaking. As you can tell from the media scrums and whatnot. So how much of it is, we're taking notes as he's speaking, and how much of it is, all right, let me watch the footage back and
kind of like slice it down and make it into because like I find this gonna sound really bad. Like, I find it hard to believe a child of a billionaire dad took him to see ECW.
Hey, look, man. I know a guy who, when he was 8 years old, was watching Predator.
No, that's film, so. No, I get that, but it's just.
Well, some people also are a bit hands-off parenting.
It's not even hand-off parenting.
You know what? I want to say, like, for example, Tony Khan's dad could be like, "Yo, right." For some reason, by the way, I was gonna say Sadiq Khan, and I was like, "No, that's not right."
That's the mayor of London.
Anyways, he could be like, "Oh, people say who may not know anything about wrestling," and he's like, "Oh, wrestling's fake, right?" So there's we're not gonna see any, you know, it's for children. And back in the PG era, or Hogan era, maybe that's what it is. Like Saudi Arabia once, Andre the Giant comes to Battle Royal. I was like, no, that can't happen.
Yeah, dude's been dead for like 30 years.
So he could be like, ECW wrestling, not real. People don't get hurt. Come on then, let's go and watch wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And ECW is ECW, so that's,
it's gonna sound really bad. It's just it's not even like the wrestling in ECW. It's the venues. It's like that's what like.
Yeah.
I can't.
The thing is as well, he was saying that he got tricked into doing some sort of educational test.
And
then his dad was like, "All right, whatever you want to do, we'll go and do it." So once you made a promise like that, let's go watch ECW. Yeah. You kind of locked in. You can't say, "Well, actually."
Yeah, I just find it weird, like a billionaire pulling up to like a bingo hall.
Wrestling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be maybe like you say, he's a billionaire. He was looking to buy, like, from even when he was a kid. He's like, I've got money, and one day I want to have a wrestling promotion. So let me watch these grassroots ones. Ish, right? I don't know about ECW specifically because Paul Heyman he's a good promoter, but he's not exactly the greatest human being, as Tommy Dreamer would say, right?
Yeah.
But no, if you're trying to learn stuff from the ground up, you could go to Paul Heyman, and then he might rip you off with say, you pay the X, and then he never come work for you and do whatever he does. Paul Heyman's gonna Paul Heyman, right? Paul Heyman gonna be like, if you've read Jericho's book, where people are trying to call him for, we'll pass your tape to ECW, and then they try to call Paul Heyman. Their friends give him the Paul Heyman's number, say, yeah, give him a call. And hopefully we can try and sort you out something, right? And then Paul Heyman will pick up the phone. Oh no, the phone will be picked up.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman's roommate would answer the phone, who sounds exactly like Paul Heyman. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And he'll say, "Oh, Paul's not able to get your call at the moment. We'll give him a call another time." if you didn't want to speak to people.
Yeah. The balls on that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. You say you don't believe that. I say when you've got when your dad's got so much money, he may be out of sync with. I say necessarily out of sync with reality.
Yeah.
Some people are just they don't care about what's outside of their bubble, so they will allow these things, and you're thinking maybe you shouldn't.
No, but it's just I don't know. I can't imagine
if he said, by the way, if he said CZW, that's something else.
Yeah, but I just like trying to picture him and his dad sitting in like the sweaty bingo halls of ECW. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where you bought a skybox. Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but then we've watched indie wrestling in places that are
terrible. But we're not.
And I couldn't see certain people that I know going to those.
Yeah. Well, like, if he said like, "Oh, I went to my dad took me to see WCW," okay, yeah, cool. I buy that. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Or like he won't say WWF obviously because he won't. But I mean, it's just the ECW. Like, okay, sure. I was with you on that point. But yeah, I like little bits and him talking about how he was like had his own little E-Fed sort of thing, and him and his friends would stay up for hours writing, booking. I was like, oh, that's pretty.
But the thing is, as well, what's funny is because you're like, well, for most of us, that's not reality. For him, though, he'd be like, if I can't buy one, I'll make one.
Yeah.
At some point, right?
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah. Yeah, they talk about how like the Bucks and Tony Khan and all that kind of met together to create the company. And it's also funny as well when they're talking to independent wrestlers.
Yeah.
And they're saying to them, please, we can't speak to you about something, but are you available
for something?
For a call?
Yeah.
It's super vague. Which I get, because you can't pre-launch things too quickly. You don't know how it's going to go with certain things. You don't want information leaking out or not, because then other companies might snap them up. And lock down. Yeah. And then your company that you're trying to promote ends up going nowhere because you haven't got the people that you need or certain key people that you want. Yeah. I did also like how they talked about Brody Lee.
Yeah.
And about how they worked through COVID as well. Some of the, like, yes, there's some speaking about certain things that are not exactly positives. But they'll stay away from the certain controversies.
Yeah, which makes sense.
You should not necessarily dive headfirst into it, but they should hype up CM Punk.
Yeah.
Right. As in 7 years after blah blah blah, because that should have been a key thing in the book, right?
Yeah.
That they got him right.
Yeah.
And then without defaming him,
yes,
because that'd be the issue. No, because then they say they had an NDA on certain things. But that was the Jack Perry thing, not the Brawl Out, was it?
I think isn't the NDA with the Brawl Out? And I think the Jack Perry thing they can talk.
So that might have been part of the issue why they have to. But the way they didn't even skirt across it and say there was an incident, they just be like, okay, so they talk about how CM Punk had the title, got injured. Moxley won the interim title.
Yeah.
Then Moxley beat CM Punk for the title, and then CM Punk beat Moxley for the title.
Yeah.
And then something else happened. No, they don't say CM Punk injured himself. Right?
No.
Later on, they talk about how CM Punk defended against Samoa Joe. Yeah. But at that point, someone else is also champion because CM Punk's title is the
real world champion title. Yeah.
So it's like, but you need to clarify your timeline because how can you? I know that they don't talk about it like they have two champions, but you're like, okay, how can? So the lineage, does it go back to CM Punk at some point? Which we know it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
I think they should have worked into the book and said it was part of the storyline that he had a champion because he got injured and then he never lost the title. So when he came back from it, you can't go that way.
Can't go that way, yeah. Well, I kind of see like how they kind of written is like, obviously we know you guys know these certain things, so we're not gonna. Because I guess this book's more for like people like us, right, who know what AEW is and like the overall like history of it. But like this is sort of to like deepen your knowledge of it, rather than like, hey, here's everything really about all elite wrestling for like a newcomer. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah. If it was a documentary, it'd be a bit more of a puff piece.
Yeah.
Than a behind the scenes look.
Yes.
Which... I'm not knocking the guy who did it or anything like that. I'm not knocking the book itself as well. It's just like if you didn't know, then you wouldn't know anything. If you weren't following wrestling so much, you'd be like, oh, you know what? This sounds like a good company. this book's telling me this company is good. These people sound good within it. The photo, like it looks elite, right?
Yeah.
It looks like it's got money behind it, which it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's the not so positive shine that you're thinking, you know, it's not there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't realize it isn't there if you didn't know already.
But like the thing is about it as well, like when you think about it, right, AEW, even like the bad things that's happened, right? Yeah. They're not in any.
Aren't many, by the way.
Yeah,
I will say that.
There's non-comparisons. Like, for example, if you went through like WWE, right, it's like loads, right? Like the steroid scandal, the Chris Benoit thing. Even that's technically not really them, but you know, it's part of it. Like,
I would say
Vince McMahon stuff.
Many people dying of steroid abuse.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, people being done for other not savory things. So so that stuff like
the Pat Patterson.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Maybe racism here and there. But AEW is really like the one thing, and that's with one guy. I mean, like.
Yeah, exactly. If they wanted to, I'm kind of glad they did, because they did, like, this book was just a vengeance piece.
Yeah.
But if CM Punk, I know they're not going to quote Joko, call CM Punk the cancer, right?
Yeah.
But I think there is a way of talking about it without being too specific.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, we don't know what the NDA specific is about.
Yeah.
But they talk about the trio titles, which the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega win. Right?
Yeah.
And then they'd say the next champions are Death Triangle, which it is true.
Yeah, it's true, but it's reasons, yeah. They say, they're the next champions after fighting someone else to win. Like,
yeah.
But the people they're fighting are not the elite. You know what I mean? Like, okay, sure. Mm-hmm. All right.
You can even just say, be very vague and say, due to an incident involving certain wrestlers, titles got vacated.
Yeah. Or we need to put.
Yeah. Oh, if it was me, I would just name the wrestlers, because you can't say there's a problem with naming the people that were stripped of titles.
Yeah, just say for unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z had to vacate titles.
And then you don't leave any information. If people want to know, they'll go on the internet and find out.
Yeah, I'll just write Google it. I mean, like, it's right in there. But again, I get it.
Yeah. It's a neat book, and I think it was all, like you say, information you don't know. Some of the information you don't know, and some of them you're like, oh yeah, this goes with something I already know, but this gives a bit more behind it.
More credence to it. Yeah,
is exactly.
That word? Yeah.
All the talking heads, I say talking heads, but all the people they interview, they have good things to say.
Yeah,
it's good. But you might have some people. I mean, maybe could have been like, if they were speaking, for example, like John Moxley.
Yeah.
He could have said, I left. You can't even say he left the other place. But he could say, I joined this organization, right?
Yeah. Because it's something
to
new.
Help build it from the ground up.
Yeah.
Because I feel I can, right?
Yeah.
But at that point, we didn't know where it was going.
Yeah.
It could, for all we know, it could have just lasted a year. Like stuff like that, where he's like, you know what? We took a risk.
Yeah.
Joining this company, and it paid dividends,
Yeah. Dividends.
You don't glaze it too much, is what I'm saying.
No, you can't.
Because then it just seems like, wow, these guys are all been censored to a certain degree.
Yeah. Which, like, but the talking. There's one that stuck out to me. I don't know why. Because they mentioned twice in it. Kyle O'Reilly, like when he said he was in the theater and he saw a trailer for I think it was Dynamite or something. He's like, wow, that looks cool. I want to be a part of that. And then later on, like, and then he joined Adam Cole in 2021. I was like,
by the way, you make it sound like Kyle O'Reilly is a 13-year-old who saw the trailer.
Yeah, no, but that's how it kind of came off. But then, because that's kind of like how his character kind of like is, like, I could buy that. That's that was his like expression seeing it, and so I like that, and how they explained their like how amazing it was when people like Danielson came over, or even Mox joining, and like, we were surprised that Mox would take a chance with us, and how they kind of bigged up Jericho, which I was like, Jericho deserves his.
And I would say more importantly, Sting.
Yeah.
How they got him to come right after they don't talk about his neck injury. They just talk about he'd been out of ring for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And then they talk about his partnership with Darby Allin and his retirement match. That's good. That's good stuff.
I really like that part of the book.
Yeah. They didn't go into too much detail about the match and how crazy it was. Yeah.
No.
And Ric Flair coming out to protect him, all that stuff. They didn't even go to, what's that? What's the line? We hate you. And that we're not sorry. They didn't even go to that.
But I think writing it down wouldn't give it justice. That was awesome. Exactly. But I didn't know the whole thing that when Sting signed, right, that he was only going to do cinematic matches, and then they built a ring for him, and then he started taking bumps like, you know what, I could do this. I didn't know that part of it, because I legit thought, oh, he's only going to come in, do that one cinematic match, and just like hang around Darby. But no, Sting put in work.
Yeah. Yep. Which is good, but I mean, like I say, 60-year-old, whatever. But like, he's a legacy character. And it's the aura of Sting. It lends so much legitimacy to the company. Yeah.
Sting, man, he's great.
Yeah. But he's one of the big guys they needed to get.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fine with the people they got.
Yeah.
But just like, Sting, who's been around for 40+ years and stuff like that. Yeah.
And like
market a lot more things.
And like they didn't use Sting as a crutch, like
when
you bring in like a legend, whatever, you kind of just like milk it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Sting is like they used him sparingly, and when they did, it meant something. Like even when he was just around Darby, like wow, this is cool, rather than and Sting is gonna be wrestling next week and on Dynamite and stuff like. Oh really? Just milking this cow dry. But no, man, I appreciate it. And like this book, even though like I hold Sting in like high regards, this book like gave me even more, like when him and Darby were having a talk and he basically said like, yeah, let's go and do this, let's take the chains off. It's like, Sting, you're a cool granddad.
Which, by the way, did you see him recently?
Wrestle Dream.
I know he's got grey hair now and a grey beard and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So, logically speaking, she should have the white face with dark grey makeup to match his hair.
Yeah.
And when he painted his beard white as well.
Yeah, like.
All right. I'm not sure where this is going.
Yeah, that's weird, but okay, cool. It still looked awesome. Yeah.
Stinger. Just made his face look super long, like the Tamatonga one.
Yeah.
I liked it when they were talking about Stadium Stampede as well. It was like, this match. I own a stadium. Tony Khan, it's like, I own a stadium. We're not doing anything in it.
Yeah.
Do you wanna, let's do a cinematic match there. You know.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And even because it gives you some like the behind the scenes stuff. It's like, oh wow, like obviously it was all done in one take. We know that it's not done, but like how they finished at like 5:30 in the morning just before the sun came up, and Nick Jackson wanted to do. Nick wanted to do a moonsault off of the goalpost, and I'm like, no, it's not stable. Like, okay, cool, but he did it anyway.
Yeah. It's just, reminded me, they don't talk about the Matt Hardy and Sammy Guerrero thing.
No.
Where Matt smacked his head at the back of the when the tables the tape from the table bump. They just kind of glazed right over it. They didn't even mention it.
No, but like it's realized as well, right? They don't really mention much about Sammy Guevara, which I think's weird, as he's been like there from day one.
Yeah.
And like featured heavily. Like it's not his name's only mentioned in name and that's it. Nothing like no things from him or anything, which I thought was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Unless he has nothing to say. Like it's big enough unless he has
nothing. Could be. But yeah. Look, there are positives in the book.
Yeah,
and it's a positive sounding book as well, right?
Yeah.
But the only criticism I would particularly say is let's be more truthful about certain things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be like, this is where we are, right?
Yeah.
And this is where we came from. And sometimes people go in different directions.
Yeah.
That's the life in the business. Because as far as you read this book, you feel like Cody might still be with the company.
Yeah.
And CM Punk might still be with the company. And it's like, neither of them are.
Because the only thing they kind of say about Cody Lee, I think they say, I think you said earlier, like, they had to figure out AEW without Cody, and then that was it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But that just means he could have been on a break, you know.
Yeah.
They don't specifically say he's gone to another company, and which they don't need to mention.
No. But also, like, I feel like to make this book a bit better. Again, I really like this book. You could have talked about the bad and then how they became it. Like, for example, like it's universally kind of known, right? 2023 for AEW wasn't great. Like storyline wise, it was quite. And like you could at least mention that and said like, you know what, we saw this and then we decided to go this way. Like for example, the payoff for the Devil storyline, which
they just kind of skipped and say, "Oh, Samoa Joe wins the title of MJF."
Yeah, rather than saying like
MJF had some injuries.
Yeah, rather than the truth, like you know, we were heading this way, but Adam Cole ended up breaking his leg. So
yeah, exactly.
So we had to pivot this way.
Because like you say, if you say, okay, something bad happens, but we adapted and went this way, it sounds more like, you know what, my unexpected things happen, but we know how to fix it. We know patch up this and move over there.
Yeah.
Backup plan of the backup plan, Batman style.
Yeah.
What they don't mention, which is a positive by the way, is that when Kenny had the title, and they do mention TNA, the crossover, but not in huge detail.
No, right? They didn't mention the belt.
They said like, Don Callis is a producer over there, and Kenny won the title.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week on Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, you know. They don't mention that Hangman Page lost the Battle Royal because he decided his child, the birth of his child, was more important than the wrestling belt.
Yeah.
You could act. That's a real good positive.
Yeah.
Say that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, this company does not drain your life and force you
to,
as with Ricky Steamboat, but they can't say it, right?
Yeah.
To pick your career over your family.
Yeah.
You know, we make allowances. What you can feed as a positive would be like, that's what drove Hangman Page to be more like he made the right decision and he knew it, right?
He knew it,
giving time away for specifics,
yeah.
For my health, mental health, whatever, family, whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's an issue. And then they extended the crowning of Hangman Page storyline where he had to come back and do like the Rocky Balboa story to get to Kenny.
Yeah.
You know? That could have been built around, because that's what the whole first 3 years of the company seemed to be about.
Yeah. The rise of Hangman. Yeah. Which it could have done that.
They didn't even mention the merging with Ring of Honor.
No, they kind of mention it, but it's like just in that sort of past, like, we bought Ring of Honor, and then like, okay,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah. I mean, I think sometimes they say that they like whoever's speaking was a Ring of Honor title holder, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then specifically say they crisscross across. And it's, as we know, NXT.
Yeah.
And the main roster seem to be separate continuities, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah. When they choose it,
but Ring of Honor weaves in and out of AEW.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like you are barred from walking through the portal.
Yeah.
Like Athena, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes you can jump, you can time jump for a little bit,
and then get thrown back like Bishop. Yeah.
And I don't think they made a big enough deal about Forbidden Door the first time around.
No. Which was weird.
Yeah. Well, I think you say that, but the state of New Japan right now.
What Japan? Joking? Yeah. It's weird. Like another thing, like going back to what you're saying about with the Kenny and the belt collector thing. All right, they don't mention him. They mention him obviously being Mox, right? And then.
But then you say that as well. Something reminded me. You know the flop of the fireworks, yeah?
Yeah.
The barbed wire death match and stuff.
Yeah.
They have them talk about it, right? And the countdown for the explosion, and then it was sparklers, right?
Yeah.
And they have Eddie Kingston saying,
"It is what it is." Yeah, stuff happens. Yeah.
I was out, you know. You know. And it had to chuckle about. But I think they should have explained a bit more exactly what went wrong.
Yeah, they could have said like, you know, but like when you've heard before, like in the practice it worked.
Yeah.
And then when it came to live, it just didn't. Yeah, could easily mention that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if they need to mention that certain specifics, like for example, they thought the engineers putting together.
Yeah.
Thought, okay, maybe this is during practice it was too big, so we'll
dial down and then
and then they did it dialed it down to too much. So like you could just make up something and put in there to explain that.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things as well where they made a mockery of it on TV because they're like, Don 69.
Yeah,
right?
and then Kenny drew his plan of how it worked. Yeah.
So I think they should have like covered that as well in the sense of here's a little bit backstory of something that went wrong and how we adapted from there because we made fun of ourselves. Yes, okay, fine. It didn't work. Yeah. But we're not above our ego.
Yeah, we know for next time. Yeah, I mean like.
Yeah, and then you have something in the book saying, and there was never another barbed wire deathmatch in AEW.
We learned from mistakes. Yeah. Like, it could have been a one there. Like, we learned from mistakes.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's just like the belt collector thing. Because obviously, when this book probably was written, right, WWE didn't own AAA. So, they could have mentioned that he became mega champion. But, which is weird.
And to be fair, he vacated it and didn't lose it. So,
yeah.
And so they didn't need to mention anything specific like El Vecchino. Right?
Yeah.
To be fair though, Kenny suggested losing the title before he got injured, and something stalled for some reason.
Yeah.
So he didn't get a chance to lose it.
I think it's
not as if he kept it and then kept it until his injury was too much for him.
No.
Like, I could lose it.
Because I think with that him being injured and the COVID stuff still, isn't it? Yeah. So that was a weird little bit. It's just was that, and obviously it's probably been done before Danielson became champion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that was that's a big moment in AEW.
Oh no. So
actually, wait.
No. So they talk about CM Punk defending a title against Samoa Joe, which is the same event Danielson won off Strickland.
No, that was the after.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, then you're probably right. I got mixed up somewhere.
Yeah, but then they mentioned in the book that Strickland becomes world champion later on. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Again, I guess that's probably a little bit you could easily edit in.
No. Here's the thing: they talk about stuff like they get a talking blurb or whatever it is, and they say future AEW whatever title on there. So it could be like, yes, okay, this book covers a certain timeline.
Yeah.
And Swerve Strickland at the point that the book was getting printed was champion, but they haven't got to that year.
So, that makes sense.
So they can only say future whatever. And I noticed that a lot. They were saying whoever future AEW title holder, and then or world title holder or women's title holder. Where is it? It's just like at the point they must have done the interview. These people hadn't held the title.
Because even there's another bit, he's saying that now, where they go and talk about they course correct and stuff. They kind of talked about a bit that when Swerve and Our Glory faced Acclaimed, and everyone thought that Acclaimed was going to win, and he didn't. When everyone's saying they should have pulled the trigger, then they pulled the trigger later on. Like they mentioned it there that like we realized that we had something, and then we pulled the trigger and went with that. So so they mentioned course correcting there, but other bits they won't. I guess that's more of a happy course correcting story. So I guess that's how they.
Well, I guess it's maybe not the fault of the writer. Maybe whoever edited was like, "Oh, we can't say these things." So.
Yeah, makes sense.
Which I mean, you don't know who had specific parts to do with whatever on it.
Yeah.
So it could be a combination of different segments that got adjusted.
Yeah, makes sense.
But what is good is a jumping in point.
Yeah.
For new readers, I say new readers, but people that are like, "Oh, what is this AEW at?"
Yeah. Like, if like this would be a good gift for like, say, you've got like a nephew or someone who's slightly getting into wrestling there, and then like. Reading age, obviously. Like it could be something to give him. Like, oh, okay, cool. This makes me understand.
Yeah, exactly. So who's saying that, right?
Yeah.
AEW hardcore matches.
Yeah.
Are really hardcore.
Yeah.
So
do you really want? Yeah.
Want to get foot stomped into a bed of nails?
Bed of nails. Or trying to drown Darby. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where it's family friendly to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And then if you're buying pay-per-view,
yeah, don't watch. Yeah, if you're buying pay-per-view, don't let your kid watch the main event.
Yeah. Because it seems that they save that stuff for the actual the main event.
Yeah.
So you might have to be careful. Of course, if it says what kind of match it is, you be like, kid, you gotta go to sleep now.
If it involves main event and it involves these few things, Jon Moxley, Darby Allin, Texas Death, non-sanctioned. No, sorry, Blackout.
Yeah.
Was it Lights Out or Blackout? Lights Out. Yeah. Whatever it is.
I think it's Lights Out.
Yeah. If it involves any of those things, don't let your child watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not worth it.
Yeah. Everyone else is safe.
Everyone else is safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then,
they didn't even mention, by the way, that AEW teeters the line of, I'd say, 15 plus at certain points.
Yeah.
I'd say the main line of the show, not like you said, the X-rated main events or whatever. Not X-rated, sorry, the R-rated main events or whatever.
Yeah.
There's the occasional swear word.
Yeah.
Actually, it might some fall into 12A.
12A. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the 15, and then when we go to the pay-per-views, there could be whatever they decide they want to be.
Yeah. Especially if it's a Moxley match, he drops.
No. The only time I think they would overrate a certain rating on TV was when Moxley got the thing jammed into his head by Adam Copeland.
Yeah. And also, if it's any match that's got MJF as well, because he tends to like drop lots of F words.
Yeah. On mic and off mic, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes he will shout and it's loud enough for the camera to hear. Yeah. Not shouting moves like John Cena, by the way.
No. Shouting 4 letters profanities.
Yeah, not necessarily slurs, right?
No.
But swear words.
Yeah. And like sometimes it's funny when it's off guard, but then sometimes it's like, that's a bit much. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, MJF.
Yeah. But like you're saying, a good gift for people, like even if you're just looking at it as a collection of photos, that sort of book, they got some really good ones going here. I will say that.
Lots of intimate moments, Like
very cool looking photos, and some like discolored as well.
Yeah.
Which it just adds to, I want to say, the vibe of what the photo's meant to be.
Yeah. That's him doing a Texas Cloverleaf to the Ace.
Yeah.
Hiromu Takahashi. Wait,
no. Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Hiroshi Tanahashi, yeah. Where did I got that completely wrong?
And let's just talk about the new Ace. Hiromu
Takahashi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that? Yeah.
I think as well they should have talked about highlight more people that were more specifically, aside from the EVPs, the backbone of the company as it was getting brought up. I know they mentioned Moxley.
Yeah.
But he's a key because he is a key one.
Yeah.
Don't mention the quote unquote new pillars at that point, which they do mention Darby and there is Jungle Boy about.
Yeah.
But MJF and Sammy Guevara. Well, there is some MJF, but really, would you prefer MJF like stay in character for his interviews here?
No, I'm quite glad he's been not in character because like sometimes I feel like it's cool being in character time, but then sometimes like, really.
Yeah, fair. But would you preferred? Would you think if he's in character, everyone's got to be in character? Aside from Tony Khan.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because you should be consistent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you think it'd be more interesting if people were speaking in character? Because they'd be like, hold on a second, it's a backstage book, right?
Yeah.
But also, is it now? Because they're talking about storyline stuff.
I don't know. I think like if it was Kenny in character, I think that'd be quite hilarious. Because Kenny,
I think the book would be more entertaining if people in character, but it'd be a bit strange as a behind the scenes story when people are talking about, oh yeah, so I hated this guy and I took his head off with a clothesline. I was like, well, hold on a second,
because I think Eddie Kingston would have been talked to him. I swear he's in character, but then I think Eddie Kingston, he doesn't have a character. That's just him. Yeah. So
I think that makes sense. Yeah.
But I do like this. Could sound really weird. The when they have like the women wrestlers speaking, like a lot of Britt Baker and stuff like that, I found that pretty like interesting. Get their take on what's going on.
Yeah.
The what?
And Hikaru Shida.
Yeah, Kushida, and I think they mentioned Tony Storm and the Timeless bit, but she don't really say anything.
Yeah. They don't talk about. I don't think they go into the Timeless stuff and Mariah May and all that stuff.
They mentioned
Even
Timeless.
Stuff to do.
Yeah. They mentioned Timeless and Mariah May like briefly. Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole book in itself, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they mentioned the whole like the what the story is based on and all that. It's like, okay, cool.
I think maybe they should have at a certain point when they hit a certain year and a certain month, they should speak about the storyline that's happening and then catch it up later on in the year when they get to that point as well, because they've got to mention other stuff. But because you don't really get to know what feuds happen in there and there, it's just like it's an overview.
Yeah, like I still feel they should have mentioned. They should have gave Pac more of a stuff to talk about. Well,
can you hold the book up sideways so you can see how thick it is? Yeah, it's not that. I suppose if they were mentioning some of the other stuff, it'd be thicker. Either that, or they'd have to cut some of the pictures.
But I think because it looks thick-ish is because of like the paper it's printed on.
Oh yeah. High quality. It's high quality.
Yeah, high quality. Yeah.
Like the cardstock covers and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's a good, and like even the front, it's kind of like that bit's engraved.
You know what? Cool. Sorry, you were saying? I didn't catch that.
Oh no, like the this bit here, right? It's kind of it's ingrained, so you kind of feel it where it says AEW.
The belt,
yeah.
Would it be spot UV as well? Like, does it feel smooth?
Yeah, it's all smooth.
Oh, so maybe they did spot UV on it as well.
That's some publishing terms I don't know.
It's just like, for example, when you get a board game and you know there's some bits that are shiny and some bits that are smooth.
Yeah.
So that's what spot UV is.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. So you're saying so the where the belt engravings are, it's a different texture to the book.
Yeah. Which is
nice. I read the PDF version. That's why I'm asking.
Because I tried to read it, but I couldn't like. Because I was trying to read it on my phone, but I could have sent it to my tablet. But then like it's all that long. That's like I'll read it on paper.
Yeah. There's how many pages? There was like 300.
I think it's 2. All right. It is
223.
Yeah, 223. Yep.
Yeah. Or 224 because it had to be multiple 4.
Yeah. So. Yeah. It's quite heavy, but it's quite
Oh yeah. It looks like it's got a heft to it. Yeah. But that means like, by the way, on the back it will say how much money it is, right? So.
Yeah. Well, in American dollars.
Oh, okay.
And Canadian. So American dollars is $37. In Canada, then it is $50.
Okay. That's but then you can see where the money went into making the book.
Yeah. High quality.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's good. There are positives to it, right?
Yeah.
I know there's certain things we speak about and repeated about certain things. But it's just like those are the key bits that you'd think they should have.
Yeah.
Rather than we're just trying to blaze it, right?
Yeah.
The book is really good.
Really
Photos
good.
are really good. The quality is really good, as you can. If you were looking at Carl's one, you could see. Right?
Yeah.
And it speaks positively about the company.
Yeah.
I don't know if they need to get certain people who defected, for example, right?
Yeah.
Or went from TNA or whatever it is, and have their comparative experiences without mentioning the other company because you don't want to get sued, right?
Yeah.
But Moxley could have been one of those. Is like, I've been around.
Yeah, he's been around, and it's not like it's not like he was a mid card in WB and then came over. He was like a main event draw, and he came over.
He could say something very vague like, "Oh, I came to ECW because I didn't like AEW because I didn't like the direction my career was heading."
Yeah. Like he could have said,
even he could just say straight right to Keith Greenberg, this is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Adjust it for whatever you need to write.
Yeah.
You don't get any problems. You know?
Yeah, because he could have really said, and it's not really sound bad. Like he could have said it like this, and I think he kind of said this on like a podcast or something. that he could have stayed there and like made easy money doing something he didn't enjoy, but he decided to take a chance and do something else. And that's not slighting the last company anyway.
Yeah. I have to wonder, by the way, have you read Mox's autobiography?
No, but I want to.
Yeah. So how can he say negative stuff about his experiences in his autobiography without getting blowback? Yet this other book can't say certain things without.
I don't know. I think because
potential repercussions,
maybe because I don't know. It's probably some legal thing around it.
Yeah.
Like.
I suppose it's because he's telling a true story from his perspective and his opinions, right? Whereas this book's trying to present certain facts.
Yeah.
And it's not a person saying, I believe this, that, the other. Though they could have had someone like Tony Khan, for example, and said, or Cody Rhodes, right?
Yeah.
I was with the other company. And I decided to leave to further my career.
Yeah. I can't wait for Tony. I want Cody Rhodes to bring out a book, but I don't think if he brings out a book, he'll mention what happened.
I think
he's too.
If he's still like certain friendships will be there forever, yeah. So you'll say something, you'll either clear it, so then there won't be any issues, or he'd be like, "Look, man, we will keep our relationship issues to ourselves."
Yeah, and I feel like he's too professional to do something like that. I even think
after he's retired, but maybe in 20 years' time.
Yeah.
At that point, they
when no one cares. Yeah, when no one cares anymore. Yeah. Because I think I don't think even the Young Bucks, like again, a couple of years from now, and I feel from what I kind of gathered from Kenny from the whole brawl out incident, he was just a man caught in the middle.
Yeah. Kenny, it's perspective,
yeah.
Like all he was just trying to take the dog out of the area because he was frightened and scared.
Yeah, and
then Ace Steel bit him.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So it's like if anyone I think who will talk about it and do it by accident will probably be Kenny because like again he's just
but then he's not in the situation enough to be having negative or positive about CM Punk or the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
In the sense that CM Punk's issues with the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Kenny's professional enough with both of these guys. They're his friends.
Yeah.
And CM Punk is a co-worker at that point.
Yeah.
But he doesn't directly have an issue with him.
No. Yeah.
But also, I suppose it's an awkward thing in this book, by the way, because they could have had Pac say or mentioned. They could have mentioned it. Like, as far as other organizations go, they pigeonholed him in a specific cruiserweight role. Whereas here, he got elevated because of his work rate. Or some,
And, like, they should have mentioned more because, like, again, I don't know if this is my personal opinion. Like, he was, for me, like, Pac was a big acquirement for them to get.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we could have mentioned it more.
I think as well, there's certain people, okay, so someone like Hangman Page and MJF.
Yeah.
Right? They could have, and Darby Allin, they could have picked them specifically to have a bit more talking about them. Because then you could talk, say, this is where they started, from the company day one, whatever it is, how you want to phrase it, yeah? And these are the key people we are putting our stock behind. Here's the journey they are going on.
Yeah.
So every so often you just come back to these people speaking.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you could get to if that was a running theme, for example, interweaving across, then when you get to the payoff that Hangman Page won the title, you're like, oh yeah. I got from his perspective from here and what was going on,
Yeah.
And then you could have done the same with Darby Allin to Sting's retirement match.
Yeah. Because
and you could have done the same even with MJF when he won the title at that point as well.
Yeah.
But they kind of glance over some things a bit too much, I believe.
Yeah. Like
there's a lot to cover history wise. So
yes.
They and what they decided to do was pick, okay, overall, how's the company going from here to here? That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Yeah. The thing is, whatever you got lots of choices, yeah, and you have to stick to one.
Because like a good point of the book is like how Hangman mentioned a lot in his journey. That's a good point. Yeah. Trying to think of what else. Like also, yeah, like they have a lot of bits said by Christopher Daniels, which I thought was quite interesting. Yeah. As he's been in the business like for forever at this point. Yeah. So I liked hearing like his little takes on it, like, you know, him being
he was
asked.
the talent relations person as well.
Yeah. And like he was quite happy to be asked to go to the startup with them. He's like, and his reasoning why is like, you know, I've done everything in Ring of Honor, so might as well. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I felt a bit bad because they didn't really mention Frankie Kazarian because, you know,
he's elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't think he left on the best of terms, but I don't know.
He came back with the Elite Hunter gimmick, and then they buried him.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
What can you do if the key people you're hunting just keep on pinning you?
Yeah. And
so,
then,
like you were saying about the Hangman Page, I think they should have went more detail about the dark. So Brody Lee.
And Dark Order stuff. Yeah.
Hangman Page picking up the mantle, and then they get behind him when he's going to his title shots, and then through every single one of his failures.
Yeah, they were there.
They're still there. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, they should have.
And then you got to eventually won the title and stuff like that, you know. Especially if they talk about the trios match where it was which, you know, that great trios match where it was the Bucks and Kenny versus Hangman and Alex Silva and Evil Uno.
Yeah. Who was it? Or was it?
I don't think it was Evil Uno.
No, I think it was John Silva and Reynolds. Yeah, I think it was them.
Yeah. John Silver, you make it like John Silver. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah,
you're thinking of Pirates.
I think that's it. I can't remember.
I think as well some other things that you could. I thought they have the photos there, but do you think there needs to be an explanation of certain gimmicks? Like, I don't want to say, Hangman Page, anxious millennial cowboy, right?
Yeah,
so that's a bit.
But it's true.
That's a bit over. Yeah. But that sounds like a negative, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes some people skip, like they talk about Britt Baker DMD, right? Which is fine because she is a dentist.
Yeah,
and that could be succinctly done. Right?
Yeah.
What do you say is the MJF's gimmick? You
know? Spoiled rich kid.
Yeah, and he's Jewish as well. So spoiled Jewish rich kid. I mean, and it's key to his gimmick that he's Jewish. By the way, that's what I'm pointing out.
Yeah, it's not like Maxwell. Also, one thing I just realized I didn't mention, which is kind of weird, because that was like a big thing when it happened. You know, when MGF joined the the Inner Circle, and they did that musical number.
Yeah,
they didn't mention that, but they mentioned the Mimosa match with Jericho and Orange Cassidy. Which I thought, okay, one's more significant in like.
And then they talk about how you got to get punched into the.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay, but you didn't mention.
To be fair, though, Jericho is a big name, so and they tried to do. They didn't mention they tried to revive the Ring of Honor TV deal by having Jericho as champion.
Yeah.
But that's Ring of Honor, not specifically something to do with AEW. So I kind of get that.
Yeah, kind of. Jericho. Yeah. Who apparently is coming back to WWE, which I don't believe.
Yeah. Or maybe, depending, he could go TNA. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then still get that crossover.
Yeah, I say, because technically, yeah. That's the way around. Yeah.
And then he could be the only person that's ever been ECW, WCW, WWF, WWE as well, because they changed when he was there.
Yeah.
AEW, Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And technically he was in Impact Wrestling where they played his
Oh yeah, they played his one of his songs for one of their events. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh. But we'll see.
But yeah, look. So positives about this book. It's high quality looking book. Yeah.
Yes.
The photos look really great. Yeah.
Yes.
They obviously picked specific ones that look good, but you are going to do that. You're not going to be like. I don't think those photos look edited as well to that degree. As in the sense they cleaned it up to fix whatever, right?
Yeah.
They look nice. It's the high quality stock as well. There's money that is spent on this, putting this thing together.
Yeah. Yeah, money and like good research by the writer.
Yeah. Obviously, you can't cover every single detail in specific because it's 5 years, right? And
yeah.
Impressive these pages, right?
Yeah.
And it's not, by the way, a huge amount of text sometimes. Sometimes the pages are just like full on double page, which you just showed of the Young Bucks and the Kenny Omega, right?
Yeah.
And Brian Cutler there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not as much text as it seems.
Yeah, because like when I was going through it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a super long read, and I finished like, oh, I finished this literally like 2 days, like after like I want to say like it took me 2 days, but you know what I mean. Like I could have read that. It like took me 2 sittings basically. I was like, oh, that's pretty.
It's not as in depth as you think sometimes.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm sure this guy did a whole ton of interviews and he had to pick the most relevant things to stick in the book. So
yeah.
Fair dues, right?
Yeah.
The only negatives I could say, like we're saying, is they don't delve into certain unflattering things.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're saying if they do have a more honest look at it, like then show something that went wrong and say how they fixed it, and that way you still come out shining, you know.
Yeah. Yep. Especially
you can't exactly say, by the way, that CM Punk and Jack Perry had a choke off because that's a bit. So yeah, okay, I can understand you can skip that, right?
Yeah.
There was disgruntled employees.
Yeah.
That ended up being removed from the company. Even if you want to go in that direction.
Yeah.
You know.
But I did. Like, how did you mention like Okada and stuff? Yeah.
I think they should have made a bigger deal about certain things. Like CM Punk joining the company should have been a big like had more spotlight.
Yep.
Sting joining the company should have had more spotlight.
Yep.
Okada, like you say, joined the company. It should have some more than it did.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say one which is just me saying it because I'm a mark, as they would say. They should have made a more bigger thing of Jay White joining.
Jay White, was he even in this book?
They mention him. And if first been done, that's it.
Like, as far as when you read it through it, and you're like, oh, okay, Jay White, and then you never hear from him again.
Yep. Nope.
Like, but yes, our boy Jay White, who is great.
To
be fair, he has not had a huge impact in AEW.
No, because
other than winning the trios titles on Ring of Honor and AEW, and then coming up with their own unified triple titles.
Yeah. Too much money, but and then I can't remember who they lost it to. Someone in that.
Well, they lost it to injury because Jay White.
Oh yeah.
And then I believe did they lose to Dustin Runnels and the I want to say the Wayward Sons, but I don't think that's right because I'm thinking of the Supernatural theme song. Oh,
you're the Von Erich grandkids or whatever. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, because then he just recently lost that to no, he had lost that recently to Shane Taylor Productions, and then
when that's when Juice filled in, by the way.
Yeah,
and they lost the AEW titles to
I want to say the Acclaim.
The Patriarchy.
That's it. Yeah. Why?
Technically, they didn't lose it because they was vacant, right?
Yeah.
And they kind of stuck themselves in an awkward position when they said, which is, by the way, they should have pointed out in the book as well. Is that sometimes, so here they said that Juice Robinson couldn't fill in for Jay White as part of the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah.
So that's why when he lost the titles, they had to strip him of the titles rather than actually have a replacement.
Yeah.
So they could have just done it in a storyline and say, look, obviously injury is a different thing from doing the Freebird rule. So, you know, if he's not going to be out for long, we'll allow you to defend for him.
And you know, another thing that I just realized that they didn't mention, like the Super Elite. You know, when Adam Cole came over, and then Redragon signed, and they were the Super Elite for a bit because they joined the Elite, and then he turned on the Bucks and that. They didn't mention that because that was quite a big thing. Yeah.
And like you said, the Devil storyline, because they just like, we tried this, and because of circumstances, it kind of fizzled. We stuck with it, and we realized maybe we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have pivoted,
like
but the Rock would say, right? Or move in another direction.
Yeah.
Or changed the person who was the devil.
Yeah.
But who? Then you could have covered. Who would have known Adam Cole would have got injured again? You know.
Yeah. Kingdom. Yeah.
Or how long he would have been out for.
Yeah.
Like you're saying as well, the Cody Rhodes thing where they had him lose the match and then he couldn't get future world title shots. They could have just been like, "Yep." At the time, we thought rally people behind Cody.
Yeah, and
this was our aim.
Yeah,
right. But then he started getting they can't say the Homelander reactions, right?
No.
But the reactions to the Cody character were getting mixed. And
we
weren't sure of what direction to take him next.
Yeah, because that's when they started doing the Cody Island stuff, innit, with the TNT Titan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we were trying. They could say we were trying to course correct. But by feeling out exactly how the audience was going to view Cody.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just leave it in that direction.
Yeah.
Leave it a bit murky for now because you can't say it. Then he left.
Yeah. Then he left and became the biggest thing in the world. But
yeah. But you can't even be like, oh, okay. He didn't like the reactions he was getting, and then he left or something like that. Or he left and then suddenly got major positive reactions elsewhere.
Yeah. We kind of helped with that.
Or that he solved racism.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that he solved racism. The world's been a better place since. But
oh my goodness, but they didn't cover the Antonio Gogo, Cody Rhodes.
Oh god.
Uniting America.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah. Versus the British, right? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things where you could have been like,
we tried.
Yeah,
but...
we took it in this direction.
Yeah.
And
no,
it didn't seem to go. It's like, well. And then you could have whoever saying it have a laugh because you know it's
tongue in cheek.
It's not so fun memory to look back on, but it's just like it's one of those things where you're like, well,
we tried, yeah,
exactly. You could have been like that. I mean, some certain things you can frame in a way that you're like, well, we have a laugh about it now, but back then,
but now, that's funny. You know. It's like when wrestlers who try to kill each other become like friends. It's like, remember that time I ran you over? But now we're tag team champions. Like, it's that sort of.
The day that Darby Allin and Moxley team up,
then
you'd be like, hold on a second.
Yeah, like saying that, right? It's like when basically Triple H ran over Stone Cold, right?
Yeah.
But then later on they became the 2-man power trip. I mean, like it's like it's that. It's like, remember that time? Oh, yeah. Now we're best of friends. Or Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Like, they hate love each other for so long now. They just go in circles. Which is kind of, that's the gimmick of those two characters' relationship.
Yeah. It's like, you're my brother, but I will murder you one day, and then next week we're best friends again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
so, it works, you know. Oh.
Yeah. Do you think they should have mentioned some things that, like a paragraph, or like, because they can't cover everything. Maybe like the last chapter or the last couple of pages, just be like future events that happened within the company.
Yeah, because you're like sort of like a timeline or something like that. And then, like I said, since this, don't go in great detail. Like since this, Swerve Strickland became the first black heavyweight champion, or
Yeah. Or if you read Zero Hour, yep.
Yeah.
The DC Zero Hour came out in 1994.
Yeah.
And in the last book of that, the one that count down to zero, they've got a triple fold out of the DC timeline.
Yeah.
It's 3 pages one side, and then you turn it, and then there's another 3 pages the other side.
See, they should have done that.
Yeah.
Like
events that happened in AEW, and then you'd be like, fold out the pages.
Like from starting 2018, like All In, and then it becoming a company. But like them announcing it, them leaving New Japan, which I found weird, right? That was another thing which didn't make no sense to me. When they're talking about the contracts, like they knew that these people's contracts were with New Japan, but they were only Kenny was signed to New Japan. The Bucks and Cody was signed to Ring of Honor. Yeah, I was like, why don't you mention that rather than saying their contracts with New Japan were up?
Yeah, well, because they probably had, like, I would say necessary subcontracts, you know, per day appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
As long as they make it over there at certain dates. So, look, a part-time contract is still a contract.
Yeah, no, but it's like, it's not like, cause to me it was with like, you own by the time this book came out, they owned Ring of Honor, so they could have said, yeah, the Ring of Honor contracts are running out. Yeah. And even I remember Cody leading up to it saying, yeah, you all think I'm coming back after blah blah blah, but I'm not. And I remember like, haha, he's a good troll. And then I think a couple of weeks later they announced
also, like you also mentioned, they probably should have gone in a lot more detail into the setup of the first All In.
Yes,
that could have been a chapter in itself.
Yeah, because I would like to know more about that.
Yeah, because that's the day zero of the company.
Yeah.
Starting. Well, there's a little bit more before that, right? But leading up to it, and then the execution of it, and then be like, this thing has legs, you know?
Yeah. Like that should have been that'd been cool. Like the whole it started as a joke between them and Meltzer on like Twitter, and then Cody's like, "Hey, I think we could do it," and then they went and did it. Like it's they could have done that. That would have been a good chapter to read, but no.
But the thing is, as well, it's easy to say afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
When you're reviewing something, what they could have and they can and can't do. It's just that when you're in the middle of the making of it, we don't know what restrictions they might have. This guy.
Yeah.
So it could have been like, you have, this is what we've given you, this is what we're paying you, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
And this is where how we're going to edit it afterwards, and then you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, you got a good point.
Like, no, they say no one goes out to make a terrible movie, right?
No.
But then we get many a terrible movie.
Yeah.
The not the Birds. What's the one we watched?
Birdemic. Yeah, the greatest.
Yeah. You know, like you end up with stuff like that. I know you hate all the slasher films, and I enjoy them. Yeah, but some of them are straight upright terrible. So.
Yeah.
So as far as we're saying certain things, we don't know. Talking about the book itself, just as a presentation of what it is, I think it's good. It tells you. AEW from the start. You got particular people that sound more key than others.
Yeah.
Who like make who are part of the interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
By the way, I wonder how much this guy was going through with people, Mike, because he seemed like he was talking to a lot of people there. And I know he cuts the segments that are relevant to those particular times, right? But you want to think how long is he sitting down there talking to these people?
See, I kind of feel like he might have been like writing this from the start, like, you know, not like the start of AEW, and sort of like this is what he's gathered over the years, and then put it into book. Because if that's the case, that makes it kind of more better to me. Like, okay, so like
you don't think, by the way, he was like, they wanted the book written, and then this guy's like, all right, let me interview the certain key people, and then he's like, I'm going to spend X amount of time this person, and this person, and this person. Because there's a lot of people that are talking there.
Yeah.
This could go on, like each person would say roughly an hour, and then you got to slice it down to everything you need. That is a lot of time spent.
Yeah, a lot. But, see, now I want to know more about how this is written.
The making of the book, right?
Yeah, making of the book, you know. Behind the scenes. I mean, like,
yeah.
No, I want to know.
But look, it presents the company in a positive light.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too positive.
Yeah.
But that's you know, here it is, right?
Yeah.
I think it's well written. Like I said before, it's breezy. You can, like you said, you read it in 2 afternoons.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, no, yeah, it's an enjoyable read.
Yeah, it's a good look. If for example, you don't know too much about the company, but you're like, I've heard of AEW.
Yeah.
And someone gave you this book, you'd learn more.
Yeah, you learn more.
Not as much as people that have already been following it, because we got the internet and this, that, and the other, right?
Yeah.
But you'll learn about the company, and you come out thinking very positively of it.
Yeah, like it's not like a huge fluff piece like saying AEW is the greatest, blah 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 blah, and it's that mutual, like, okay, this has piqued my interest more into like maybe supporting his company, because you know they all sound like people I can sort of relate to. You know what I mean?
They do. They're not, like I said, characters, right? It'd be funny if they were, right? They're like, okay, we are we've been hired for our particular reasons, wrestling skill managers, whatever, right?
Yeah.
We're all here to try and make the company succeed as best we can.
Yeah.
And we're doing what we can. How we end up is in the control of the audience watching it at that point. The people that are paying money to see the show.
Yeah. And yeah,
and they talk about how they take a gamble as well. So
yeah,
there's the people that started with the company, there's people that joined the company as well. And at that point, you still, I mean, even after a year, you're still unsure of exactly where it's going to go because they've got a TV deal,
yeah.
But whether you can hold on to the TV deal is another matter.
Yeah.
As well as then they hit COVID.
Yeah, which realistically should have killed them.
Yes,
but they carried on, which is like good on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, would have killed. Like realistically, I think other things that like tried to start during COVID died, and that wasn't even like a year within a year of them being in existence, and they managed to carry on, acquired new people and everything. So yeah.
So I think the book is a positive spotlight on the company. Coming around this time, maybe if it was released, I don't know. Like the thing is, if they didn't want to talk about the CM Punk stuff, they should have released before that. But the thing is that obviously you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
about that time that was going to happen. And as a 5-year recap of the what's happened since.
Yeah.
I think that 5 years is about the right point where you have enough history to do certain things.
Certain things. Yeah. So it'd be cool if they did like another one, like say another 5 years.
Yeah.
Because we know like AEW's gonna be around for the next. It's gonna be around at this point, unless they do something really, really stupid. They're gonna be around for the rest for at least the next like 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going nowhere.
Well, like TNA, right?
Yeah, exactly. TNA is gonna outlast everyone. Like I'm talking about like the world. Like.
Do you think, by the way, they should have talked a bit more about how they become a very... I get it. If you don't want to mention that WWE is the number one organization, right?
Yeah.
You could default say that you are
number 2,
the second biggest organization, but even then, that's kind of a bit...
Yeah.
Bit of an awkward one, because you can't say you're number 2 without mentioning number 1, right? Really?
Yeah.
So you could definitely say you're not number 3, which is TNA, right?
Yeah.
In fact.
But at least... Like how they kind of do it, they're like, yeah, we're the great alternative of pro wrestling. So I'm like, okay, that is true. Like you are the number one alternative pro wrestling, which is their sly way, not sly way, but that's their smart way of saying we're number 2. Yeah, because we wrestle.
I would say, by the way, I would give a thumbs up to this book. Like it's great photos. That tell the story.
Yeah.
Like I said, tell the story, but you know when Jericho gets punched into the
mimosas,
orange juice and bubbly.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah. But from certain photos, you can see, like, you can get the idea of what's going on.
I like that picture.
Yeah.
Of Brody. Yeah.
Yeah. And see good in-action shots, full arenas, crowd and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, good mood lighting and everything like that.
Yeah.
So good. And I want to say, like, so the pictures are not too brutal, even though we know some, like, okay, there's one where someone's getting suplexed through a flaming table, right?
Yeah.
You don't see the impact of it.
Or even like that one of like Britt Baker all bleeding.
Yeah. But that's not like super bloody.
No.
There's the one I'd say of MJF mouthing off to a CM Punk, which has more blood.
He just caked them.
No, because you don't see CM Punk's body. You're like exactly what is. See it there, right? Britt Baker is advancing in an aggressive manner, right?
Yeah.
With blood across her face, right? CM Punk looks like he's dead.
Yes.
From the angle of the picture, right? I find this funny as well. It looks like MJF has just cut off CM Punk's head and is just talking to him about no body there.
Let me see if I can find it.
Page 141.
Oh, that's quite close. Huh. All right. Yeah, it's like he's It's like he's talking to a severed head. Yeah.
So the page next to it tells you the entire story, the rest of the story. And what's funny is they don't get the cell shot of CM Punk when he's got the nut kick, right? It's still like he's not reacting to his nuts getting kicked.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
they maybe should have 3 photos there.
Yeah,
where on the third one he's
on
like,
the floor.
Yeah, or he's selling to the however he's falling and he's grabbing his nuts because that's how people do. Right?
Yeah, but
and then you could have that fourth photo where he's talking to him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I love. It was a cool read, right? I think certain information me you already knew.
Yeah.
So it was no revelations per se about it. But it's good to hear the things that we didn't know before the company started about
said person,
how people taking a gamble of working there, or it kind of reignited their love for professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone.
Yeah. Good old Tony Schiavone.
Didn't even get to Nigel McGuinness.
No, but maybe that's a bit too late in the book. Well, like but like in timeline, isn't it?
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah.
But overall, okay, hold on. Okay, what's the conversion rate, by the way?
I don't know. Let me quickly check.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, as far as how much it's worth, considering, would you purchase it at that price? Well, that's So we gotta be honest here,
Yeah. All right. So it is $37.
Yeah.
£27.
No, you know what? For the quality.
Yeah, for quality. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I say it's about right. Maybe a couple of pounds less, but I would say actually, it's not too far from being about right.
No, for some reason, like I feel like the English price it will be more than that, but I would pay between 25 and 30 for this. Yeah, I would.
Oh, here's the thing, right? That is the US price without tax, correct?
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
So we'll have our tax slabs on top of it, and like you say, it'd probably be around £30 or something.
Yeah, but even for something like this, that's not bad. £30.
Unless, of course, you know how it is. Does it say RRP on there? Recommended retail price, or does it just says. Okay, then well maybe maybe when we get the UK price, it'll have tax slapped on top of it. Usually some of these books have RRP on it, so that's the price they're supposed to be selling it at.
Yeah. Huh.
Inclusive of tax already.
But yeah, it's worth it. Just for the cover alone, but yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the cover.
I like how they put the key people on the cover as well.
Yeah. Even though
like an Avengers poster, right?
I don't think she's in the company anymore. But yeah.
Well, she might not be in the company anymore.
Yeah. But
so it's one of those things, right?
Yeah. It's like when Fight Forever came out the game, where before it was coming out, CM Punk was there on the cover, and then his situation happened. He was off the cover. Yeah.
I will say as well. They put the only person that's should have probably been on the cover that isn't is Cody.
Yeah.
But we can understand why.
I can understand why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if he was there, that's cool. Even and he's not there. Like, that makes sense. I mean, it's exactly. That situation. Like, it makes sense.
The thing is, though, it makes sense for people that know. If you don't know,
well, no difference.
Well, to be fair, even if you talk about the owners of the company, whatever, Tony Khan's not on the cover, so
yeah. Because I think, I don't think he would be on the cover. I think he's not that. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, it's not like Vince McMahon who'd be like dead there in the center because he loves himself. Loves himself too much. That's why he got in trouble. But yeah. Ooh, controversial there. But yeah, good book.
Yeah.
Yes. Once again, thank you for the person who hooked us up with this book.
Yeah. I would say, many there's decent amount of positives, and the only negatives is there's not many negatives.
Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah.
Not to bang on about it, of course.
No,
just like you think, okay, this book is that this is a new company, and there's good stuff about it, right?
Yeah.
And I suppose that's correct. It's not an in-depth 5-year history.
No.
But they do mention key specific things.
Yes.
They mention how dastardly and how dark some of the key matches can be. Like death matches. But I don't suppose you want to. Here's the thing: they show blood and stuff in the books, right?
Yeah.
In the book, but it's not like this this is how crazy stuff can get in this company.
Yeah.
I suppose. You could say that there's certain outrageous things that do happen, but at the same time, if you're gonna give this book to a 6-year-old, right?
Yeah.
I say a 6-year-old, but
what you mean? Yeah.
maybe a 10-year-old, right? Who's gonna watch AEW? No, like you say, yeah.
Yeah.
If there are key people and key matches,
yeah.
You'd be like,
no.
You know, cover your eyes, don't watch it like it's a horror film.
Because I think like maybe they don't really want to promote that much. That's like this early on. Like you're not gonna throw it straight away. Like say like this is the introduction book, and then you hear like and there was a blood match, but this person bled for days. Like okay, maybe I won't check out AEW. Yeah.
Okay. But no, look, it's a good book. It can be a quick read if you've got a speed read, like not necessarily speed reader, but you like if you can read it in, I say, a whole sitting.
Yeah, you can read it
if you were inclined.
Right?
It's written in a way that it's not too dense and it destroys your mind reading it. For example, like the language, the puppies, the positives. There are too many syllables. No. It's very casual.
Quite casual read, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man.
It does keep your attention as well.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what happens next? And after certain events, I think as well when they lead up to COVID and when they talk about stuff afterwards as well. And how did they get around certain things? I say, past COVID, how the company could have died, but they don't even go to that much detail. How the company was in dire straits because of COVID.
Nah, they just said like, we all became better friends and stuff because of
yeah.
And I was like, and not like again, that's like glazing over like bad things that happen, but it's kind of like, oh, it's cool. But again, they're more people just like me, like they went through a hard time and like got through it with the power of friendship. Like, so yeah, I'm alright with
it. Yeah. So you would say, because you've got a physical book.
Yep.
It's worth. We don't know the actual UK price, right?
No.
but from what my calculations are, plus tax or whatever it is worth it. Yeah.
It's worth it. Yeah. I think at some point I'll probably be in Forbidden Planet. I'll look at the price and I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Maybe it isn't where
yeah.
Maybe I'll speak too soon.
You're like, oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. But like it looks good. And it feels good, like you're saying as well.
Yeah.
And it looks like money was spent putting this thing together.
Yeah. It validates like the price in so far for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly. I wouldn't say something like they just put out just to put out and make a quick buck on. They were like,
no,
this thing is going to be a cool. I wouldn't say a present, but if you hit the Christmas time, right, and you're like, yeah, you know what?
Like,
we could gift this to someone.
Yeah. Hey, kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
yeah. So it's quality.
Quality. Get it if you can. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was gonna say go to your library, but I don't know if it'll be in the library. So
I don't think so. Usually libraries don't. If it was a paperback, maybe.
Then maybe.
But then it'd probably have to be half the size.
Yeah. Never ended the pictures that good, would it? No. Yeah. But we'll see.
You know, it might have been cool if some of the pages were, because that is poster quality.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying, by the way, you should tear a page out of the book and stick it up or whatever. Like, but if there were some detachable pages, like double-sided print, like it was a double-sided photo print.
Yeah.
Then with a perforation or something like that, then you could take the page out and use that as a poster.
Yeah.
That would be an awkward one though, so I wouldn't
recommend
that. To do that.
That'd be weird. Yeah.
Then you'd have like sections of the book missing. You're like, wait a minute.
Oh, all chapter 4's missing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. Oh. But yeah, check it out, guys.
Yeah.
Check it out.
We'll say that. Yeah. It's a good one. And,
good one.
And even if you're just flicking through the pages, they've got enough of what are they called?
What quotes?
Sorry.
What quotes?
Full quotes.
Yeah. Oh, that's
full quotes. So you can look at a photo and see what the relevant the thing people are saying about it is.
Yeah.
And then maybe you go back and read the entire actual chunk of whatever it is in the the paragraphs.
Yeah. Because quite them are quite.
So it does lock you in with here's something here that'll pull your eyes in a certain direction. After you read it, you're like, okay, interesting, intriguing. Let me read the rest of that other things.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. So I say, like we're saying, an overall positive review on this book.
Yeah. And I haven't read many books in my time, so this is quite high up on the list.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I mean, it is a book, right? But you know, when you're reading a graphic novel, you call it a comic book, right? A graphic novel or something like that.
Yeah.
This got a lot more photos than text, right?
Yes.
So it's not a book per se.
No. Yeah.
So what would you call it?
Because
it's not a presentation either.
No.
Physically is the book. That's the best way you can put it, right?
Like, this doesn't sound really weird. A picture book?
Yeah, because it's not a photo timeline either.
No.
And it's not a photo album.
No.
You know?
Right. Yeah, it's probably like a proper word for it. But...
hardcover book.
Yeah, hardcover book. Yeah.
Yeah. It was worth the time to read.
Yep.
Worth the time to look at because it looks good.
Yeah.
Worth the money. Well, you got I got a PDF and you got a
hard copy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's hard to say when. It's hard to say. Let's review something and have a look at it when you haven't paid for it.
Yeah.
You can shine. You can speak more positive because you haven't spent the money on it. But if it was out in Forbidden Planet or whatever, you're saying, depending on how much tax they put on it, right?
Yeah.
If it was a straight conversion.
Yeah.
It's what
27.70. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah. But if it's not a straight conversion and it's like £35, like, if it was like if someone's buying it for me for a present, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. But,
yeah. When you put your own money into it.
Yeah. Or if I was buying it I would buy it for someone if it cost that, but I wouldn't buy it for myself if it cost that. If that makes sense.
Yeah. If it's around 30, then you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So, what was that about?
I don't know.
Yeah. You're like, if it's 30, I will buy it.
I'll buy it.
Wink.
Yeah. Wink. Yeah.
Which means that. Okay. But yes, it's physically a good quality book and a good read as well.
Yeah. Entertaining.
Yeah. So a thumbs up. Yep. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I guess that's
thanks
it.
once again for the person who sent us the book to. Well, sent you, but also
yeah, the thing you got,
yeah. Even though I didn't get a physical book, but only because I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
Because I like ebooks because then you can read it while you're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's easier for me to do that. Also, as well, I don't know how full your bookshelf is sometimes, but it's a tall book, and it's I want to say it's like a 2 inches thick, maybe.
Yeah, about that.
I didn't know at the time what the size of it, so I was like, it might not even fit in with the rest of my stuff on the bookshelf. So,
Yeah, I had to make like special space for this.
I wonder as well, like you're saying, how much the ebook would cost. Surely it'll be cheaper because have
must
to
be right.
Delivery and the physical materials.
Yeah.
Which is randomly, slightly a tangent. What we're saying, when you're buying the game.
Yeah.
And you buy the physical game, and you're like, I understand.
Yeah.
Because they've got to produce the disc.
This and the case and all that stuff. Yeah.
And the deliveries to get to whatever location, and then they got to pay the people that are working in the stores to sell it, right?
Yep.
But then when you pay for a digital game, which is exactly the same price, I'm like,
or more, yeah.
Yeah. Shouldn't be cheaper. Shouldn't it be?
Yeah,
You took out all those other things in between.
Yeah, you took out the middleman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've saying the same thing, but I buy digital, so I can't complain.
So depending, obviously, if it's as an ebook, it should be way cheaper.
Yeah.
If it was an ebook that's half the price of the physical book,
then
okay. Yeah.
But if it's the same price,
yeah, that's a bit of a dodgy one.
Yeah.
So generally, ebooks are way cheaper.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
You see on Amazon, some of them are 99p for some reason.
I know. it's slightly carry on this tangent, right? That's weird because like, shouldn't single issue comics then be a lot cheaper than buying physical? But they're not. It's like the same price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, what you're talking about is single issue comics compared to the graphic novel collected version.
Oh no, but just like, for example, like say like what's the average, like, or say a comic. Remember they used to be like, you used to get $2.99 comics. Well, it's like Miracle, and then $3.99 and then $4. Like, so say like a comic is like £4, all right, and then I'll go on like Amazon to buy the digital version. It's like roughly the same price.
Oh wow! I didn't know
that. So I'm like, oh, okay, but
that's why you get DC Infinite and
Marvel
Unlimited.
Yep.
You pay the £9.99, and you get that's worth 2 books, right?
Yeah, that's why like for us, I've just bought like the year subscription for both of them, so it's just like, worry about it when it renews. Yeah, and it still works out cheaper than if I was gonna buy it monthly or was gonna buy the comic singly. Yeah, even though you got to wait for new comics like 6 months, whatever. But it's
I remember back in the day when I was in primary school and one comic book was 65p.
Yeah. Yeah. Inflation.
So here's the other thing. On the flip side of that, buying what is not good about buying a digital version is the physical version might go up in price because it'd be collectors or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have screwed yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's all speculative. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Unless it, like, for example, if it's the first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man when it came out and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one would be worth something.
Or if it's the first issue of that recent Red Hood comic.
Yeah.
Because that got pulled in it. So yeah, that's gonna cost.
Yeah. But then you never know because there's some things that get reprinted multiple times. Which
way too much, Yeah.
And then the other thing is sometimes you're thinking, all right, the new issue of Batman #1, whatever. Could be worth money.
Yeah.
Right.
No, when they print out like 1 million of them, like
exactly. Yeah. Sometimes they go down in price as well after you buy them, and you see them in the comic. What's called the thingamajig bin?
Well, the bargain bins. Yeah. Yeah, like
oh man,
10 comics for £1. Like, oh.
Yeah.
I bought this comic full price, thinking it'd be something.
Yeah, but that's why I say with comics it's different.
Yeah.
More often than not, you'd probably end up, if you're buying the physical and then you buy a bunch of, like, you collect a lot of them, maybe one of those physicals will make up the price of the rest going down. You know?
Yeah. But
let's just say you had Green Lantern Rebirth #1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had a whole bunch of Green Lantern comics that were that dropped in value. It's like that Green Lantern Rebirth is gonna positive in the end, like, especially if you have issues 1 to 6. That series, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're not just gonna get #1 and just leave it be.
Nope. Like, I've read enough. I get the gist of it. You're like, okay.
Oh. Yeah. I can predict what's going on.
Yeah.
Actually, you know. Yeah. Oh. But that's our tangent randomly away from this book. But
yes.
Yeah. But signing off about Yes.
So, I have been the man who has been written out of history, Kyle Charles.
And I'm the severed head that MJF holds while he's talking bloody murder to.
Oh, so we're the same person.
Yeah.
And thank you.
You have a body and I don't.
Yeah, for now. Yeah. And thank you for listening to us review.
Oh, by the way, just randomly, there were jokes about when Cody lost that match to MJF, was it, and he could never challenge for the title again.
Yeah.
And people are saying MJF should have just chased him across the other company and stopped him winning the title there.
Yeah.
So still a world title. You can't. You said.
He's like, well, we don't acknowledge AEW exists, so.
Technically speaking, as well, he could have called him out on, like, in character on Twitter and said, you know, you don't follow the rules that you set for yourself. How dare you? Blah blah blah.
But yeah, thank you for listening to us review AEW's book, The Inside Story of All Elite Wrestling. This book is All Elite, written by Keith Elliot Greenberg and All Elite Wrestling. Yes. Let us know if you plan to read it, or if you're going to read it. Let us know what your favorite chapter is. There's only like 5 chapters.
Or like what the best photo you think is there, because there's many good looking photos.
Yes. And what your favorite quote was, all that good stuff. And
by the way, as well, I will point this out. When they're taking their photos, right?
Yeah.
They don't over sexualize the women, which is good.
Yes. Which I found very tasteful.
Some particular ways that some people are dressed in, and you're like, right, but they don't go like, oh, we're gonna take a sexy looking photo and plaster it in there.
No.
It's more like the book. It's like the company is more important than being a horn dog.
Yep. Especially.
I would say the only one would be like where you got Shaq behind Jade Cargill, who's like basically in sort of leopard print bikini. Yeah. But that's her showing her muscles and stuff like that. It's not as if they're like.
It's just her like, being meat. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's a positive. Especially since most of the people in this book are half dressed, and I'm talking about the male wrestlers as well. So when you look at Jack Perry, you're like, all he's wearing is trunks.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay. That's not weird. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because if they're like over-sexualized to women, they should do it the other way, right?
Over-sexualize the men.
It's only fair.
Yeah, make men feel uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's good because it's all neutral. As far as how the people are being portrayed in the photos.
Yeah.
Because they have Kenny Omega. By God.
Yeah.
By God both ways, right?
Yeah.
Kenny by God Omega.
Yeah.
And they don't present him in that sort of fashion either.
No.
So, hey.
Which he would be alright with because Kenny's funny. Yeah. But wait, what was I saying? Yes. Don't forget to follow us on our social media stuff: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. If you're watching us YouTube, give us a like, share, subscribe, drop us a message and all that. All our contact details and our social media handles are on the screen or down below if you're listening to this on the audio realms. That should all be there. And because of that, you probably won't see the pictures I showed when we looking at the book. Yeah. And until next time, guys, I'd like to thank you for taking a trip with us around this all elite multiverse. See what I did there? Yeah. All right, catch you guys later. Bye. Bye.